Hi, I'm Ravina and I'm one half of the Mummy and the Minx, and we're a blog that's dedicated to empowering mothers and inspiring that Minxy mojo that sometimes leaves us after we have kids. One of the ways we do this is to host challenges every month, and this month in October we're going to focus on reigniting your passions and realising your value. This is a bit of a natural extension of our first challenge, which was all about looking at our lives before kids and after kids, and particularly those things that we loved in our before kids' lives that we want to reclaim and share with our own children now. The way that this workshop and challenge is set up is that there is a different challenge for each week of the month. But if you want to do it all at once, that's absolutely fine. You can use the worksheets that we have on our website, themummyandtheminx.com, or you can simply use what I'm talking about now as inspiration, and you might like to journal, collage, draw, write, whatever makes sense for you. What we're going to be centering on is looking at those things that we really love and how we might share them with our communities. Of course, this is something that is applicable to everybody, not just mummies, so we want everyone around for this particular ride. So let's get into it. The first thing I want you to think about is the things that people consistently compliment you on. People compliment us because they've noticed something extraordinary about us. We tend to wave away compliments or think people are just being nice, but if someone's gone out of the way to tell you about something they love about you, you're probably great at it. The next thing I want you to think about is what you loved to do as a kid. So when you had all the time in the world, what did you love doing? Sometimes we need to remember our passions. I know I used to love to read. I would spend hours and hours reading. Maybe you love netball, or maybe you were great at dancing. Just have a think about those things. You probably still love them. What comes easily to you and not necessarily to others? You might need someone to help you with this one because we tend to take things like this for granted. I have a background in IT, and I can normally look at a computer program and figure out how to use it pretty quickly. I used to think this was something that everyone in my generation could do, but I've realised it isn't, and it's something I have a knack for. The fourth thing I want you to think about are the things that you do that make you lose track of time. When we really love something, we get into a state of flow and we lose track of time and feel like we're on a roll. You have to be pretty passionate about something before you'll feel this way. And you might have to look back into your life and think about when you got that kind of feeling. Again, I'm a bit of a geek and I get into this zone when I program. I can lose hours and hours in code. Now that we've used these things to form some clues about what we're really passionate about and what we love doing, let's map it out. In the first circle, pop those things you're great at. In the second circle, the things you love. The things that merge into both circles are your sweet spot value. These are the things that you're incredibly talented at and you really enjoy doing. Sometimes we're great at things we don't necessarily love. The stuff in the middle is the stuff you are awesome at. You need to think about how you're sharing it with your community. And then the other stuff, the stuff we love but we don't necessarily find easy or natural, I think it's still a great idea to nurture it. So now that you've looked at the stuff that you love, think about how you're going to nurture it. And the stuff that you're incredibly great at, how are you going to share that unique value with the world? When you're going through this exercise, I want you to be brave and own the things you're good at. We're really good at tearing ourselves down and we're not so great at building ourselves up. So I know there are things that you are awesome at. I want you to write them down. I want you to own them. The last part of our challenge is to let someone know how awesome they are. We'll have a couple of postcards available for downloading, either to give each other as mums, just to say thank you for doing the great job you do as a mum, and for those of us who aren't mums, you're pretty amazing too, and we want to let our friends and our family, and maybe even a stranger, know that they are amazing. So that concludes this workshop about reigniting